Okay, Baron back here with a Japanese first turn. For purchases for 26 IPCs, it's going to get a minor industrial complex, a transport, an infantry, and an artillery. Excuse me. And now on to the combat movement phase. First off, I'm going to take mechanized infantry from Manchuria. He's going to go for 2 into Chahar from Johol. They're going to take the artillery and the 2 infantry into Chahar. Going further south, got from Shangtung, the 3 infantry and artillery. And from Guangxi, we'll put 3 more infantry and another artillery into that battle for a wall. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Next, 3 infantry and artillery from Guangxi are going into Hunan along with the artillery. And further south from Guangxi to into Yunnan, 1 artillery and 3 more infantry. Going into that battle down in Yunnan, the fighter and tactical bomber from Kwangsung for movement of 3, 1, 2, 3 will go in there, and they will have 1 movement left on their tanks. And for the battle in Hunan, the 2 fighters and the 2 tactical bombers from Manchuria will fly down into that battle for a movement of 3. So they both have all 4 of them have 1 movement left on their tanks. And that is for all the combat movement declarations that I am making right now. Now on to the battles. Okay, of the 4 battles, only 2 of them, well, first 2 are walk-ins into Chahar and Anhui. They'll be just walk-ins, so they'll be taking those. The other 2 battles are the one for Hunan. It's 2 tactical bombers, 2 fighters, 1 artillery, and 3 infantry, which will give a total attacking rate of 2 at 4, 2 at 4, 2 at 3, 2 at 2, and 2 at 1. And here we go, and there is 3 hits. It's more than enough to kill the 2 infantry that are sitting there. So, the 2 infantry for the Chinese, 2 at 2, and the Chinese got 1 back. So one of the infantries that was going into that battle has been killed. The next battle, the one for Yunnan, there's 1 tactical bomber, 1 fighter, 1 artillery, and 3 infantry. So it's 1 at 4, 1 at 3, 2 at 2, and 2 at 1. And 1 hit. And the return fire is for 4 infantry, so 4 at 2. 1 hit back. So 1 of the Chinese infantry has been killed, and 1 of the Japanese infantry has been killed. So continuing on the battle. So 1 at 4, 1 at 3, 2 at 2, and 1 at 1. So only 1 more hit for the Japanese, so the Chinese are only down to 2 infantry now. But they still get to roll 3 at 2. And 2 back. So Chinese are down to 2 infantry left now, but the Japanese have lost all their infantry. And alright, I just stopped the video there for a split second and just to think about the battle, and I decided that in the Yunnan, with all 3 infantry dead, the Japanese are going to withdraw. So I'll just sit here, clean it up. So in Hunan, both Chinese infantry were killed, along with 1 of the Japanese infantry. In Yunnan, 2 of the Chinese infantry were killed, and all 3 of the Japanese infantry were killed. So that's what the board looks like now. Alright, I will just step away for a second while I make my non-combat moves, and I'll film in a second. Okay, bye. Okay, now for the non-combative moves. First off, the 2 fighters and 2 tactical bombers with 1 range left from Yunnan are going to go to Kwangsai, you see? The fighter and tactical bomber with 1 movement left from the Yunnan battle are going to Kwangsai, along with the artillery in the retreat. And continuing on, the fighter from Okinawa and the fighter from Formosa are all both going down to Kwangsai. And up here, the Manchurian artillery is loading onto the naval transport, as well as the infantry from Okinawa, and they're going to sail for range of 2 down here and re-land in Kwangsai as well. The battleship, destroyer, and submarine from Sea Zone 19 are going to sail south to Sea Zone 36. They are going to also be joined by the aircraft carrier with a fighter and a tactical bomber from Sea Zone 6 for a range of 3 down to Sea Zone 36 as well. The cruiser that is in Sea Zone 20 is going to move down as well to Sea Zone 36. The transport up in Sea Zone 6 is going to load a tank and an infantry, and also sail down to Sea Zone 36 and land both units in Kwangsai. Up here and from Japan, 2 strategic bombers are going to fly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into Kwangsai as well, along with, from Japan, a fighter and a tactical bomber. And the fighter that's in Korea is going to fly up to Manchuria. From Sea Zone 6, a battleship, submarine, and destroyer are going to sail down to Sea Zone 33 and join the carrier task force that is down there. And that is it for the non-combative moves. Now, the Japanese took 3 territories from the Chinese. So over here, slide over here. The Japanese are going to go up 3 from 26 to 29. And the Chinese are going to go down 3 from 12 down to 9. So that's the current situation on the national production chart. Alright, 2 last moves, I forgot. Transport from Sea Zone 20 is moving up to Sea Zone 6. And the fighter and tactical bomber in Japan for range of 3 are moving to Manchuria. Alright, that's it for the non-combat moves. Now for the place units. The artillery and infantry are going into Japan. The transport is going into Sea Zone 6. And the minor industrial complex is going into Kwangsai. Now to recap, up north we have in Chahar 2 infantry, a mechanized infantry, and an artillery. In Anhui there is 6 infantry and 2 artillery. In Yunnan, 2 infantry and an artillery. Down in Kwangtung, it's 2 strategic bombers, 4 tactical bombers, 6 fighters, 1 tank, 2 infantry, and 2 artillery. Up here in Manchuria, it's 2 fighters, a tactical bomber, 6 infantry, and an anti-aircraft gun. Korea has 4 infantry. Japan has 6 infantry, 3 artillery, and 3 anti-aircraft guns. C-Zone 6 has got 2 transports, a cruiser, a destroyer, an aircraft carrier with a tactical bomber and a fighter on it. Down in C-Zone 33, we got 1 battleship, 1 submarine, 2 destroyers, a carrier, a tactical bomber, and a fighter. And Caroline Islands has still got the 2 infantry and anti-aircraft gun there. Palau has 1 infantry. And C-Zone 36 has got 2 transports, a cruiser, a sub, a destroyer, a battleship, carrier with a tactical bomber, and a fighter on board. And that concludes Japanese's turn. And next is the USA. Let's see what Bluegrass General has in store for us. Alright, bye.